Whoa! That made me jump. As I said, there's quite a bit of unburnt fuel in there. Do like a nice explosion. Okay. So in a minute we're going to get another bang, I think. So the temperature getting a bit smoky in here, boys. Hit that off. So the temperature sensor controller thingy come back within range. Right, welcome back. So a few developments to go through. First of all, I had an excellent suggestion from Andrew Scotty saying, or suggesting that it would be really nice to have a toggle switch to turn the glow plug on and off. I haven't quite gone down that route, Andrew. It's very easy to do. The reason I didn't use a toggle switch was because I was scared I'd end up leaving it switched on when it didn't need to be switched on. So for that reason I've included a push button switch, which I'll show you in a moment. Moving on from that, we've now got the new pump controller, which is seems to be functioning okay. I'm not quite sure about the calibration. What it's telling me is true in terms of duty ratio. When I was messing around with it before on the scope, the pump was very happy at 25%. With this one, this pump controller, it seems to be happy at about 40, showing 40% on the display. So I need to hook the scope up just to make sure that it's telling me roughly the right thing. Another subscriber actually told me he'd used these pump controller boards before in conjunction with a power FET driver, and he needed to increase the DC voltage up substantially to get enough drive out. That may be the issue. I haven't got the scope outside at the moment, so I haven't hooked it up today. I will do that in the next day or so. I'll try and do that. So I'm going to bring you round, but before we do, just a quick warning. I've had a couple of explosions today. I think I've caught a couple of them on video, and if I have, I'll include those in the video. A couple of loud explosions, basically where I've been messing around, leaving the pumping fuel into the diesel heater, and then of course forgetting all about it. And then when I come to power it up again, boom! A couple of really impressive bangs today. Each time as well, I was having my head right over it. Made me jump. So, you know. So there you are. I'm not articulating myself very well here. I will bring the camera around, show you the technical bit, show you what I've done, and then we'll fire it up. Maybe we'll get another bang, who knows. But the safety bit, let's go back to the safety bit. The safety bit, please, these things are great. These diesel heaters are superb. Please, please, just run them as the manufacturers tell you to run them. Don't piss around modifying them. Make sure you've got plenty of fresh air. Make sure you plumb the exhaust out without any leaks. Use a bit of sealant around all the joins. Only use diesel or kerosene. Don't do any modifications. Don't do any of the stupid crap that I do. I'm a lunatic. I sort of just don't do it, please. I'd hate to know that somebody was hurt due to copying something I've done. So for that reason, please just don't do it. I'm an idiot. I'm taking the risk, so you don't have to. So let's spin the camera around. Camera spun. So you'll instantly see that we've got some differences on the front panel now. So we've got this new display here, which is the pump driver module. So we've got these buttons, and I can bring the pump frequency down or up. I can adjust for duty cycle by putting a screwdriver or a pen through those two holes and hitting the toggle switches, hitting the push buttons behind. This is the extra button I've now installed, which will bring the glow plug on its own, so you can burn off any excess fuel in the ignition chamber. So that was a suggestion of one of our subscribers. So if I just hit the button, you'll see that the green LED comes on, telling us that the glow plug is on. What else to tell you? In the back, that's the new board just glued into place. I've uprated a couple of the diodes I used. I was aware that the DC blocking diodes were only rated at about 1 amp, and we needed more. They were getting a bit warm, so we've replaced a couple of those diodes. I think that's all the changes, really, major changes. So I am going to switch it on. Oh, just one other thing to say as well. Still using this temperature controller here. This is just a like electronic thermostat controller thing, and I'm measuring the hot air coming out of the diesel burner. In time I'm going to do away with that, or at least it won't be doing the same control as it's doing at the moment. At the moment, when the air temperature comes out above 50 degrees, the thermostat takes over from the timer. But what I'm going to do, I've ordered some little devices. I think I mentioned them before, and basically they'll be fitted against the outer casing of a heat exchanger, and when the heat exchanger gets up to 95 degrees, I think the ones I bought, when the heat exchanger comes up to 95 degrees, then that will take over the running of the fan controller and the pump controller. But then they've not arrived yet, so I'm still relying on this thermostat. Right, okay, so we're going to power it up. Powered up, that means we've got power, and we're going to press start. And I'm actually going to stand away, because twice today I've managed to have a very loud bang. I'm going to bring it down to 2 hertz. So at the moment, glow plug is on, no fuel going in, glow plug is on, and in a minute or two we should get another LED telling me that there we go, and we got a little bit of smoke coming out of there. There we go. Now that's promising. We're going to bring the pump rate up. Lots of smoke at the moment. So that was the electronic controller, temperature controller switching over. So that's happy with seeing 50 degrees coming out of the diesel heater. We may have to move that in a minute, because once it gets up to 110 it goes out of range and switches everything down, which is why I'm going to change it. But I would say that's lit. a minute the timers should time out. Right, 102. I'm just going to move that. You may have heard it all speed up a bit then. That was because the timer boards switched off and handed sole control over to the temperature controller. Because there's DC blocking diodes in there, that means that we got 0.6 of a volt more now going up to the fan controller. So I've brought the fan up. I'm going to bring the pump rate up. Right. Now what has happened? That's interesting. Very, very interesting. It switched off. Now why? Ah, I can see why. That's because I moved the thermocouple away from the outlet and we've cooled down. Combination of me increasing the fan speed and moving the thermocouple away. Right, I'm going to power it up again and I'm going to stand clear because we've almost certainly got unburnt fuel in there because it wasn't shut down properly. So we're on glow plug now, and in a minute the timers should kick in and I suspect we might get a bit of a bang. Come on. Oh yeah, there's definitely unburnt fuel in there. Get ready, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that was uneventful, wasn't it? Shit, I can hear that pump going like a bastard. There we go. See, as I'm increasing the fan temperature, fan speed, you can see it clearing up nicely. That was bellowing out loads of unburnt fuel earlier. Let's give it some more fuel. Right, now we're bellowing out some smoke. Oh shit. Let me just move that out of the way, boys. Because I know what's going to happen. Right. A little bit of smoke in here, doors open, so and leave your hand in front of air for too long. That is producing some serious heat now. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so we're going to shut it down. We're going to switch our pump off. So it's now burning the fuel, the unburned fuel. A little bit of smoke. Just wind that fan speed up just to get rid of any excess temperature inside the housing. It's dropping quite quickly now. There we go. So it seems to be doing what it should. So what have we got to address? We've got to address the fan speed and have some sort of calibration on here of fan speed. I can do that. I also need to address 5 volts to this display when we turn the pump controller off. at the moment when I turn the pump off, sorry, I want the controller to be powered up still, so I just need to change the way I've disabled that, and I think that's about there then. Very close now, very close to how I imagined it from the start. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that, folks. If you like it, please press the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And I'm really looking forward to tidying it all up now, really, and making it in sort of a more presentable form, and we'll try some more tests. But for now, I think that's it. Love to know your comments, any suggestions. Please let me know. I probably won't change it now until the temperature sensors arrive. I have seen another board I really like for about a tenner. Comes with a high temperature thermocouple, which would do this lovely, but it would add another tenner to the cost. At the moment, you could put one of these together yourself really quickly, really cheaply. I will draw the circuit down at some point and see if I can upload the circuit somehow. But anybody could sort of spend 25 quid on bits maximum and have this up and running if they wanted to, quite easily. You don't need a lot of skill to be able to put something like this together. I will do the circuit diagram, as I say. In the meantime, please like and subscribe again, and we'll go from there. So I look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers.